Welcome to Music Alive North Shore, your in-home live concert cable TV show. My name's Paul Norman, and I'm your host tonight. For those of you who haven't seen the show before, our goal is to bring to you some of the North Shore's finest musicians right into your home for enjoyment. We're lucky to be with John Tamilio of 3D. You may recognize John and his great guitar playing and singing from his presence on some of Boston's premier stages. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the songs of John Tamilio of 3D.
Thank you for coming. This first one I'm going to do is a song that I did several times throughout the pandemic. Facebook Live. It's an old 3D song called Without You. Baby, I'm not afraid to say what I have to say. I love you, Julie, and I can't live another day without you. Whoa, without you. Without you. Whoa, without you. The miles between us, they tear at my heart. Julie, I can't stand just being apart from you. Whoa, without you. Without you. Whoa, without you. Without you, baby, life's not the same. While you're gone, baby, I count the moments till I see you again. 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. Till I see you again. Without you. No, I can't wait till the moment till I see your face. 'Cause while you're gone inside my heart, there's an empty space. Without you, whoa, without you. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that first song as much as I did. One of the goals that I have for the Music Alive North Shore show is not only to bring you live in-home performances, but also to give you a chance to get to know the performers in the North Shore a little bit, what their influences are, a little bit about them. And so I've asked John to come back after we recorded the performance last week, sit down with me in the director's chairs, and talk a little bit about the influences and some of the things he's been dealing with during the pandemic. Welcome, John.
Thank you. It's good to be here again.
It's great to have you here in your hometown in Beverly, Massachusetts.
Absolutely.
So, John, tell us a little bit about the song that we're going to hear next, Power to Write.
I'm a big Beatles fan, and I'm a big John Lennon fan. And 8 years after John Lennon was assassinated, a book came out that was very controversial and somewhat scandalous. And I remember at the time thinking to myself that, John Lennon's not here to defend himself, right? He can't give his side of the story. And the book was written by Albert Goldman. And I remember, not only thinking that, but really started to think about the power of words and the power of language. And, not just that old adage that the pen is mightier than the sword, which I think it is, but how words can change perception and they can change history, right? And so I wrote that song as sort of an homage to how powerful language can be, but it really originated as a sort of tribute to the influence John Lennon had on me.
Perfect. Well, let's sit back and enjoy Power to Write.
1, 2, 1, 2. Make you a star, I can make you a bum, I can make you anything I want, my patent pen or a gun. Line my walls with fortune, line my name with fame. I can do and say whatever I please, you're a pawn in my game. I represent democracy and the power to write. I can also be Lucifer, change your life overnight. Sometimes I wait until you're dead, you cannot defend. You may get me while you're alive, I'll get you in the end. Just give me the power to write, you'll see what I can do. Words sometimes hit harder than fists, I'll use mine to beat you. Just give me the power to write, you'll see what I can do. Words sometimes cut sharper than knives, I'll use mine to rape you. I can be a thief in the night, if you give me the power to write. December 8th, 1980, in the dark of the New York cold, Mark David Chapman gunned down John Lennon, and the story was told. 8 years later, no one was satisfied, people won't let it end. Mark David Chapman gunned down John Lennon, Albert Goldman killed him again. Just give me the power to write, you'll see what I can do. Words sometimes hit harder than fists, I'll use mine to beat you. Just give me the power to write, you'll see what I can do. Words sometimes cut sharper than knives, I'll use mine to rape you. I can be a thief in the night, if you give me the power to write. Make you a star on any TV, any movie screen or radio, from sea to shining sea. Every star knows his fate, he can burn out overnight. I can bury you so far under, you'll never see the light. Just give me the power to write, you'll see what I can do. Words sometimes hit harder than fists, I'll use mine to beat you. Just give me the power to write. You'll see what I can do. Words sometimes cut sharper than knives. I'll use mine to rape you. I can be a thief in the night if you give me the power. The power to write. The power to write. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're back on the set with John Tamilio, and we're getting ready to entertain you with his next composition. It's called Change. And this is a time that we're all seeing change in our lives, hopefully for the better. As we just talked about, the lockdown created Facebook Live performances, and now the real change that you're going to see is John's going to be joined by a couple of his music colleagues. John, tell us who's going to join us for this next song, Change.
For this song and the rest of them, you're going to hear and see both John Schulman and Phil Knight. John is on bass, Phil is on keyboards, and they're two very dear friends of mine. They have been playing for a few years now with 3D as sort of side musicians, but I don't want to refer to them that way because they're very much an integral part of what we do on stage. There's a musicality that exists between musicians, and when you can find that and latch onto it, it's quite effective. And I certainly have that with both of these men, and they're fine craftsmen at what they do. What you're going to hear in this song is John is going to take the lead on bass, right? Because without a rhythm guitar player, it would sound kind of thin if I took the lead on guitar.
Sure.
So John is doing a lot of the lead work on this, and a couple other pieces as well. Great men, great musicians, great friends, and we have a lot of fun together. We laugh as much as we perform.
Well, that's the name of the game, and I'm sure that the audience will see that come through. So let's go ahead and listen to Change.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You say the world is so strange. There's too many things in my way. All I need is a change. All I need is a change. When I stand up, I fall back down. I'm all alone and you're not around. My heart's in circles and I rearrange. All I need's a change. When I'm lost, I turn to you. But lately, I can't seem to get through. Maybe all I need is a change. Maybe all I need is a change. When I stand up, I fall back down. I'm all alone and you're not around. My heart's in circles and I rearrange. All I need's a change. Take it, John. You say the world is so strange. There's too many things in my way. All I need is a change. All I need is a change. All I need's a change. All I need's a change. All I need, all I need, all I need. You're 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 all I need. Thank you. John Schulman on the bass.
Wow, I really enjoyed that song, and this is just a sense of what you guys are going to see going forward, a preview of good things to come. And one of the things that I like to talk about, John, with the performers that are on Music Alive North Shore is to understand a little bit about their musical history, what path they took to get here. Not sure whether you started in 4th grade with the guitar or another instrument, singing. Tell us a little bit about your musical background and what brought you here today.
I come from a musical family. I have 2 brothers and a sister. My brothers are both musicians, well, at least they were. My sister was married to a musician, Gary Shane, for some time, so he's a member of the family.
Oh, fantastic.
So I grew up around music, and actually my first instrument was the drums, and I played those for several years, and then my brother started playing the drums, and he was just so much better. He was a natural, so I thought, forget the sibling rivalry. When it comes to music, I'm going to do something different. So I picked up the guitar and have been playing ever since, and it really has been a joy. One of my heroes of the guitar is Mark Knopfler, who played for Dire Straits.
Absolutely.
And he one time said that the guitar is your best friend, and I think he's right. There's a lot that you can explore and discover as a musician and as a songwriter. If you have an instrument that you really love, and you can use it to communicate thoughts and feelings that you otherwise are unable to, maybe.
So the instrument plays a key part, but of course it's the composition. So tell us about Holding Back. I understand you wrote that with a colleague.
Holding Back was written with Steve Medore of the 3D family, of 3D fame, along with a couple other songs that will be in the set tonight.
Okay.
And that's one of the earlier songs that we wrote together.
All right, great. Well, let's hear it.
This is another one of those old 3D songs I love to play. I love to play it a lot, and especially with these guys. So let's do it. This is called Holding Back. Baby, we've been down that road about 100 times. You're giving me the same excuses and you fed me the same old lines. You think I'm holding back? Maybe I've let go. Is it think I think, or something you think I know. Time excuses us from what we want to hear, and it's helping me hold back the tears. I'm holding back the tears, holding back the tears. I'm holding back the tears, holding back the tears. You tell me, baby, love's the same everywhere you turn. No matter what you do or say, I end up getting burned. My heart can't take it no more if I lose another bout. Your love's something I can't live with, something I don't want to live without. You say love's just a game we play in the night. Sometimes it's pretty bad, sometimes it's alright. I'm holding back the tears, holding back the tears. I'm holding back the tears, holding back the tears. Baby, we've been down that road about 100 times. You've given me the same excuses and you fed me the same old lines. You think I'm holding back, maybe I've let go. Something you think I think, is it something you think I know? You say love's just a game we play in the night. Sometimes it's pretty bad, sometimes it's alright. Sometimes it's alright. I'm holding back the tears, holding back the tears. I'm holding back the tears, holding back the tears. I'm holding back the tears, holding back the tears. After all of these years, holding back the tears. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So the next song we're going to hear is a question that I've asked myself a lot. Will you stay in love with me? And the important thing is, John, when you wrote that song, where were you in your life? What were you thinking about? What did it mean to you at that time?
Well, first of all, I had hair.
Okay.
So that's one thing that's different.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's a ballad. It's a love song.
Yeah.
That I wrote many years ago, and I remember after writing it that I just loved this song, and I loved the message, and I loved the flow of it. And we had a gig. The band had a gig, and we were staying in a hotel room, and we had gotten there earlier in the day. And literally in a hotel room, I taught them the song. I remember the drummer, our drummer at the time, Jason DiNato, playing drums on the bed. He had his drumsticks, and he was playing on a hotel bed. Uh-huh. And I taught them the song, and we were able to play it that night. And it's a song that I keep returning to because there's something about the composition that I really like, the flow of it. I love playing it on guitar. I love the way the chords progress.
Yeah.
It's in the key of G, but it's not a regular open G chord. It's an F chord formation. And then I drop down to a sort of this open, strange B minor. And it's a song that really over time has taken on a different meaning for me.
How so?
I think it's because of how we mature as individuals and how our relationships take on different meanings over time. When you're young and you have a crush and you're in love, that means one thing. But when you're older and you're married and, you're with your soulmate, it takes on a different meaning. So I've returned to that song many times as a song that really is about my wife, Cindy, although, of course, I didn't know her at the time that I wrote it.
Sure.
So I think music has that power. Music has that power to evolve and to transform not only listeners, but those who write them, too.
Okay, that's great.
I love the times we spent and the things we never said. I love the things you do to me. And when the world is through, we will still have me and you. Nothing will matter anymore. Will you stay in love with me? 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 What has come over me? Am I blind? Why can't I see? True love will never leave my side. And if I run away, get lost along the way, my heart will lead me back to you. Will you stay in love with me? 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 Do you feel the same? Will we remain this way? Will you stay in love with me? 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 Thank you. Thank you.
So before we get into our next song called Take Me Away, I wanted to talk with John a little bit about the challenges that we've all seen in the past 20 months through the pandemic. You know, this has been a time, of course, where we haven't been able to get out to live venues, and unfortunately it's had a devastating economic impact on musicians, that so many of them rely on their talent to put food on the table. And fortunately, you were lucky that you don't rely on music as your primary source of income. Tell me a little bit about your day job.
I actually have two sort of day jobs.
Okay.
My main profession is that I am an ordained minister. I'm actually the pastor of the Congregational Church in Canton.
Oh, fantastic.
And yeah, it's phenomenal. I absolutely love it. I love ministry. I love preaching. I love teaching. And I've been in Canton for a little over 9 years now as the pastor there. It's a congregational church, which is, and we're part of the National Association of Congregational Christian Churches, which is like a mainline denomination. You know, there's lots of congregational churches in the New England area. So any of those that you see, you know, First Congregational Church of whatever community,
Sure.
Those are sort of sister churches within, if not the same denomination, a sister denomination. I also teach. I teach at Salem State University. I teach philosophy,
Interesting.
which aligns with ministry quite well, because in many universities their Department of Philosophy is the Department of Philosophy and Religion. So I see these as being complementary disciplines. As a philosopher, I teach mostly courses in ethics, ethical theory, as well as business ethics, medical ethics, environmental ethics, a whole host of courses in that field, but also other courses in philosophy, metaphysics, and epistemology, and all those great things.
So I can see the connection between philosophy, a professor, and a minister. But now we've got a rock and roller on our hands. So let's talk a little bit about that. And I guess in some respects, maybe it's not such a surprise to have a difference here, or such a contrast, because, in some ways, do you find that your music, your lyrics, communicate an inspirational message to your audience, similarly to what you try to do in your ministry on a day-to-day basis?
I absolutely do. And maybe the correct response is I hope they do. And I think this next song, Take Me Away, is a prime example of that.
Okay.
It's not a song that is dour or depressing in any way. It really is. It's not a religious song by any means, but it truly is, I think, uplifting.
Awesome. Well, let's hear it.
Take me away tonight. Take me away tonight. Take me away tonight. Take me away tonight. Grind me down before I get too high. Dreams can reach infinity, they can also die. We need something to believe in to help get us through the night. An escape we can dream in to make everything alright. Take me away tonight. Help me see the light. Take me away tonight. Make everything alright. Take me away tonight. Take me away tonight. Take make everything alright. Take me away tonight. Take me away tonight. Take me away tonight. We need something to believe in to help get us through the night. An escape we can dream in to make everything alright. Take me away tonight. Take me away tonight. Take me away tonight. Take me away tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
So we're back on set with John, and as we talked a little bit about earlier, I find it fascinating to hear performers' musical influences. You talked about the guitar and Mark Knopfler earlier in our discussion. Tell me a little bit more about perhaps some performers, some guitarists, some composers
Sure.
that have influenced your music that we're hearing today.
I think my earliest influence as a guitar player was actually that twin guitar sound that Thin Lizzy was known for. I remember as a kid my brother having Thin Lizzy's Live and Dangerous album, and I just played that album until I wore it out, and just loved that sound and what could be done with the guitar. Of course, there are other guitarists I admire and emulate, Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix. I mean, there's a whole host of them.
Sure.
As a writer, in the work of Pink Floyd has had a huge influence on me. Both David Gilmour as a guitar player and Roger Waters as a writer. And I think that you can clearly hear this in this song. I mean, people often say to me, "Gee, that sounds like Pink Floyd." And after I wrote it, I realized I was sort of ripping off Welcome to the Machine a little bit, but it really does have that sort of that euphoric, mystical, almost existential aura that you associate with Pink Floyd's music. So
We're going to be entertained by a song that might remind you of Pink Floyd.
got criminals in office, politicians on the streets. We got children in Africa who haven't any food to eat. We got homeless people living on the street. We got everything but peace. Prepubescents with weapons are fighting wars in the Middle East. A child fighting for democracy is killed by the club of a beast. We got homeless people living on the street. We got everything but peace. Wall Street rules the nation. Anarchy is ruling the streets. The pushes are all around us. They could be anyone you meet. Our children are dying from overdose. We got everything but peace. Our children are dying from overdose. We got everything but peace. Our children are dying from overdose. Thank you. Thank you.
Before we listen to the next song all over again, we're going to take a step back into the past a little bit. And as I mentioned at the beginning of our show, that you may remember seeing John on some of the stages of the iconic venues that we had in the city back in the 80s and 90s. So John, tell us a little bit about the days gone by and what it was like to be a performer on the Boston rock scene back in the 80s and 90s.
It was an exciting time because these clubs were so alive, and they had such a diverse array of musicians, especially if they had like a showcase night. You could have a punk band, a metal band, and a folk band all on the same bill. It was really kind of strange. But we played all of those sort of classic places. We played at the Channel, the Rat, Bunratty's, the Paradise, and Grover's in Beverly, which was a favorite, local hotspot that's no longer Grover's. It was an exciting time to be playing. Radio was different then. You know what I mean? Like you could hear local bands on the radio. And, we would play these venues, sometimes as a headliner, sometimes as an opener. And it was just, we were exposed, I think, to the scene in such a way that when I look back at it, I think that it was an incredible education for us. Our musical education took place on those stages.
Interesting. Was there one venue that you seemed to find that just had a great vibe every time you were there? Or?
Definitely the Paradise.
Oh, really?
The Paradise on Commonwealth Ave was our favorite place to play.
People are right up on the stage, and
the sound, the lights, the audience, everything about it just sort of clicked for us. And we played there a few times, sold it out a few times. It was great.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Okay, well, let's hear the next song.
This song's another blast from the past. It goes way back, and we used to play this towards the end of our set every night, so it makes sense that we're doing it towards the end of the set tonight, all over again. Saturday night, I sit and watch depression walk in. The usual scene, it happened before, it'll happen again. You said you would call me after you got over him. And all frustrations are gone, and I'm just another man. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All over again. Oh yeah, all over again. So what's his name? Does he know who I am? It seems unfair, but I lost. I guess he's the better man. Do you know what I went through? Can you stop and feel the pain? How come every time I look in your eyes, it starts all over again? Oh yeah, all over again. Oh yeah, all over again. Now. Baby, can you tell me? They say it ain't true. They say I can't love someone like I love you. Love you. Baby, please come back to me just for one more day, just so I can see you before you go away. Baby, can you tell me, is it true that I could love somebody like I love you? Oh yeah, all over again. Oh yeah, all over again. Oh yeah, all over again. Oh yeah, all over again.
Thank you. Thank you.
John, I really enjoyed hearing a little bit about the good old days, the 80s and the 90s, where the city was alive, the rock scene was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that created a lot of opportunities for you, didn't it, to be on the stage with some people that must have been amazing performers to open for. Tell us a little bit about some of the performers you shared the stage with back in the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mentioned earlier Gary Shane, who was at one time my brother-in-law. So we played with him, from time to time. But we opened for, or were on the bill with, various Boston bands that everyone knows. The Fools, for example. Till Tuesday, Fahrenheit. In fact, to this day, Charlie Farron remains a good friend of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a great guy, great musician, great guitar player and singer. These are people, a lot of these people we played for. We played with The Alarm one time, which is a national act.
Oh, wow.
So we played with Till Tuesday after they had made it big as well. So all these different groups that were known in the area, we shared the stage with, which was a great education also to see how they did things,
Right.
how they interact with the audience, how, just everything. It was a great way to sort of network. It was a great way to test out material. And it was a great way to write new material because you would hear how other people wrote songs and performed them live. It's one thing to hear, like, one of Charlie's songs, Lost in Loveland, for example. It's one thing to hear it on an album. It's another thing to see how he would do it live. And that really pushed us to be the best we could be at, taking our material that we had recorded. A bit like you, for example, was on Boston Rock and Roll Anthology, Volume Number 8. And we returned to working with our good friend Joe Viglione with Boston Rock and Roll Anthology, Volume 21. Everything But Pieces on that album that came out a few months back.
Yeah, that's a fantastic recording. If you haven't heard that, try to get it. A lot of great Boston music is on that recording, along with the other ones that have been done over the years. And like you said, a bit like you is on number 8. We're up to number 21 now. So a lot of good music there. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Having an opportunity to hear a little bit about the background, the side stories that have influenced you, made the music that you've shared with us so enjoyable. And we look forward to having you back at some time in the future. So, John, thanks so much for this great show.
Thank you, Paul. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. It's
You're
been
welcome.
great. Yeah.
All right.
This one goes back to almost the beginning of 3D's musical career. 1986, this appeared on Boston Rock and Roll Anthology, Volume Number 8. So here we go. A Bit Like You. I wanna know why you don't give me a glance. How do you know if I changed unless you give me one more chance? So here I am, always thinking of you. Tell me what's next to do. I just give up and try to find someone new. It's true, she looks like you, just a bit like you. She looks like you, too much. And you say the time wasn't right. Was love just a little game that we play in the middle of the night? But you say truth will prevail. We're face to face and you turn your back and run. It's true, she looks like you, a bit like you, She looks like you, a little too much. But in a sense, the time it seems right to drop the arms, raise a white flag, and just give up the fight. Give it up to you. Give it up to you. Give it up to you. It's true, she looks like you, just a bit like you, She looks like you, too much. Phil Knight on the keyboards, John Schulman on the bass guitar. Thank you all for coming. Thank you. Take me